Hometown Media Award winner, the Exeter Biweekly Report 2023 Year in Review. Exeter TV, Bob Glowacki, Will
Who are
Tappy,
these three
Gabe
handsome
Perez.
guys, you know?
Present-
That's Exeter TV, who just won a national award for their Exeter Biweekly Report. But before I get a little too ahead of myself, I want to start from the very beginning because a little bit of context is needed. So I'd like to introduce you to Andy Swanson.
My name is Andy Swanson. I'm the IT coordinator of the town of Exeter, and I was handed the keys to EXTV in 2007. And it was set up by Comcast. Comcast had a whole program for that, and then it was taken over by the legendary
Sam Bruno, who was like a sports broadcaster at the time.
who needed to retire in 2007, which is when it was turned over to me. The first thing I noticed was that absolutely everything was obsolete. It was pretty primitive. I was like, we need people, and we also needed to get things into the digital era. We needed employees.
So something like 6 different employees, all high school students, would for the most part film government meetings inside the little IT offices that were just this crammed little closet. And that's how things were for a long time. Until eventually a little unknown somebody by the name of Bob Glowacki, a little high school student, made his way onto the scene. And from there started a little butterfly effect that would eventually have long-standing consequences for the future of Exeter TV.
Bob came from a family where the other brothers had worked here. So Bob came along and, it's another Glowacki, got to hire him.
My brother Kyle also worked here before me, and that's kind of how I started being aware of Exeter TV. Because back then, in the early 2000s, no one knew what Exeter TV was.
Do I remember anything special about him at the time? No, I don't.
Personally, I'm not a big fan of Bob.
Bob had eventually gone off to college, but in 2016 he had returned because, well, let's be honest, it was his only option. During that time, Exeter TV was going through a very minimal amount of changes, but Andy was getting tired as being both in IT and Exeter TV was starting to wear him thin. Now, the town master plan had been discussing communications as another major department for the town, and Andy, through trial and error, advocated for somebody to take that over, that somebody being Bob. Eventually, that was a rousing success, and Bob was promoted to communications coordinator, allowing him to take over for Exeter TV, leaving Andy to continue to do his IT business.
Bob deserved it long before that, and now he's doing a great job.
I would say that we didn't really have a firm like brand or like look or feel. We didn't really know what Exeter TV was. At the time, actually, we were EXTV. What I wanted to do was establish that brand and take us from, it's kind of goofy, it's low budget and all that. I wanted to make us look much more professional and look very presentable to the residents. So we went from EXTV to Exeter TV. We started attracting video professionals to fill these roles.
I was looking for a job because my previous job was not so great anymore.
May 25th, 2018. Welcome to the
Exeter Weekly Report started off as kind of just a little idea in the back of my head and through conversations with the staff at the time. We had Hillary Donnell, David Pryor, and later Timothy Kremen, who worked here. And so I thought, maybe we could do a little weekend weather forecast for Exeter. And that was kind of the basis for the show. And then we started expanding it with, including some updates and some coverage that we had.
So it literally started with Bob.
We're here at Swayze Parkway at the Exeter Farmers Market with Erin, the market manager. Hello, Erin.
Hi. It's run by the nonprofit Seacoast Growers Association, and it's made up, all of these vendors are actually members of the association.
Fast forward to 2020 and COVID, we kind of slowed down a little bit and made it, a bi-weekly show. Giving us that extra time allowed us to dive deeper into the segments we were doing and make an even better product. So the third phase, I'll say, is the recent phase. I kind of took over hosting, and then from 2023 to today, we kind of upped our game with new cameras, diving deeper into storytelling. And Gabe Perez and Will Tapley definitely helped out with improving the quality of those segments as well.
I think the Biweekly Report is completely bomb. I think the Biweekly Report, it blows out of the water a lot of similar content that I see, and I think it's only getting better. We've only exceeded expectations of my expectations.
I just think that it's one of the better things that we've done.
And with this report, the Alliance for Community Media, a national competition, awarded the Biweekly Report the show's first award in the promo category. We hit it big time, baby!
We were really pleased to see that we're, among the best. And that was really good to see that.
When I found out that they had won, I was like, wow, that's pretty special.
This has kind of been my baby, this show. Exeter TV as a whole is kind of my little project. It's been a team project to work on, but seeing the Biweekly Report get awarded nationally and recognized was really, rewarding to see. But the greatest payoff, I would say, is not the award, but we make the town approachable, and I think that is the most rewarding thing, is kind of becoming part of the community through this show.
And through community, we continue to deliver what they want. Because let's be honest, that's the Exeter TV way.
I think my goal is to further just keep building community through the show. A sense of community in Exeter, meeting your neighbors, learning the history about the buildings that are, downtown, and I think we have so much more room for improvement and so many more stories to tell.
I don't really know where to go from there. Do you like my, I have this microphone here, but it's just a small microphone taped to the big one. Not for any particular reason, I just felt like this would look better.